I mean, I can absolutely tell you I was not totally relaxed. I was absolutely terrified, particularly beforehand. But once I started, I mean, I was really just talking about what I knew to be true. I mean, obviously, I had tried, when I was preparing my speech, to write down all that I recalled and felt. So, to be honest, there wasn't really anything going through my mind as such. All I was doing was telling people my story, and I didn't even notice other people in the chamber around me.
What impact has this rape had on you over the decades? What toll would you say it's taken on your life?
I've just been aware, thinking about it, things near the time, say a few years afterwards, like I mentioned that sometimes I didn't go to school and I just stayed at home on my own and I read or I listened to music. I realise now, looking back, and the fact that I stepped back from some of my closest friends, who are still now my closest friends, and one of them had texted me after my speech and said, actually, I did notice there was something different about you. So the impact was different at different points in my life. Sometimes I felt that I was more angry in some situations than I should have been, which was one of the main reasons why I told my husband, so that he would understand that actually it wasn't about him, it was about something inside of me.
You've now reported your attacker to the police.
Yes.
A lot of people might question why you didn't do that at the time, all those years ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and absolutely, that's a fair question. And one of the things I was really trying to emphasise in my speech, that particularly at that time, the sense of shame I felt and how much I blamed myself and how much that stopped me because I was afraid about what people would say about me. Now, how can a 14-year-old girl at that time, I mean, I said I didn't really think I understood what rape was. How can a 14-year-old girl understand what might the risks be and what's going to happen and understand all that stuff I mentioned about, do you take flight, do you fright, or do you freeze? I froze, and that is the most common reaction for women.
You've had an enormous response to your speech from the common speaker in tears to people on Facebook, Twitter and so on. What has been the response that's most moved you, that's most affected you?
I've had some very personal emails from people who've made themselves known to me, and I suppose the ones that have moved me the most is women of a similar age to me who have bottled it up as long as I have, and it's given them the confidence to go and share that experience, or even the fact that it happened with somebody that they've had as a life partner. That's been absolutely fantastic.
Finally, if you had face-to-face with you now, your 14-year-old self, what would you say to her?
I would give her a big hug, first of all, and then I would say, it wasn't your fault. I would tell her that I loved her and that I would do everything I could to support her, and I would do all the things I should have done at the time. I should have told my mum, and I'm really sorry, Mum, that I didn't tell you. I would have told my dad, and I would have trusted that things would be better. I would have still been scared, because this is, even for me, this is a really, really scary thing to do. But we only make things better by talking about it. And I really hope that that comes out as a result of this.